Welcome back, everyone, to my weekly series where I introduce you to new games to check out on Roblox. This is episode number 31, so if you're new to the series, that means there's 30 other episodes for you to check out. So I will link that in the description as well as on the top right if you missed those. So two of the games that we're about to get into do not have any violence whatsoever, and then the rest gets a little darker and darker as you reach the end of the videos. So if you don't like scary games, don't worry, they're at the end. If you like discovering new games, please support the series by hitting that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, also share it around. If you have a Discord server and such and you want to share new games for others, that's how the series is going to get known by players, because most people don't even know this series exists. So the first one we have here is Mechanic Legends, and it looks like this game just came out a couple months ago. It's pretty cool, dude. So this game is all about essentially fixing up cars. Go to the junkyard, you can buy a car and then you can fix it up, and then of course you can also buy better cars as you progress. So the first car you get is basically a junker. You need to go and take the engine parts out, bring it over to this workbench here, which you can repair the parts to, and then you do need to recharge the battery inside the battery charger, and then after that you can sell the car. So it's a car flipping style game, or you can just build the best car and keep it. It's totally up to you if you don't want to sell it. And so of course you can do paint jobs. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with this game. I kind of got stuck playing it because I was so interested in it. Just a tip, because I kind of got stuck on this at the start of the game. When you buy your car at the junkyard, go to the guy inside. He's a spawner, so go to the NPC inside of one of the offices and you can spawn your car there. I kind of didn't know how to do that, so I kept rejoining the game and I got stuck. There's also another guy in the back that you can buy a radiator from, so that will add a lot of value to your vehicle. I think I sold my second vehicle for like almost $50,000 to the Ronaldo or whatever his name is that you sell the cars to. Really fun game though, seriously, and there's no wonder there's like over 1,000 players already playing this game. It's insane. But definitely check out Mechanic Legends. I'll probably be hanging out there later today, so I'll see you there. Now, Minecrafty Skyblock Islands fans might like this game. It is called My Island. It's in early access, and this is basically a vanilla Skyblock game. It's not like Islands, so it is called My Island, but it's not like Roblox Islands. The only thing that's similar to it, it's basically vanilla Skyblock. When I say vanilla, it means there's no mobs. There's essentially, it's just more of a go and pickaxe stuff, and you don't really go to different islands and such to buy, sell. Everything's done pretty much through the UI, and you just sit here and mine a block. It's almost kind of like one block, but again, this is more like vanilla Skyblock. And so of course you can upgrade your pickaxe. You can buy a crafting table later. There's like conveyor belts. There's some automation. I'm sure I didn't really get that far into it, but it's a nice mini game. I mean, if you're waiting for my game High Realms, it's totally different. So my game is nothing like this one. This one's more for people that just like the simulator kind of feel of the Skyblock game. Mine's much more like adventuring, survival, and with mobs and such, and automation and all kinds of stuff. So totally different games. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about High Realms. You can join my Discord at discord.gg/High Realms. But this game, My Island, is out, so if you want to go check it out, I will link it in the description. Our next game here is by my friend Zulios, who he was the maker of Anarchy Arena. He also made I think Crime Kitchen and a couple other games, and his newest is called The Sewers, and this one's a lot of fun. I got stuck playing this game for a while too. The best way I can describe this game is that it's kind of like if you've played 3008, and there was a game that I featured last week that was called The Hallway. This one's basically that. So you can build your fort. You kind of need to do that because when all lights go out and darkness arrives, these bad guys start coming around to attack you. So you kind of want to build up and create a little fort so that you're not in the sewers just getting attacked by rats and homeless people inside these sewers that try to kill you. There's also cops that try to go and arrest you and such. So yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff that is down there. So you want to protect yourself by building up. Outside of that, the game loop's more about it's kind of like a tycoon. So you can buy these bottle cap generator things and collect bottles over time, and bottles are used as a currency. Essentially, they're your coins, and with the coins you can buy like a gun if you need to protect yourself. You can buy more parts, you can buy more generators, you can buy rats to be able to throw at people, you can buy mines, you can buy new defenses and structures and such. It's pretty much like a sandbox game meets just survival in general. Really fun game. Definitely got stuck playing it for a bit, so definitely check this game out. I liked it. It's called The Sewers. I'll link it in the description. Now we're getting into a little bit more violent games, which is rockets versus vehicles. This game's basically, in my opinion, the new Blade Ball, and in my opinion, also more fun than Blade Ball. It's just different. It has a lot more variety. And this game was recommended by Tim at IRL, which you've probably seen. He's friends with Creek. And then Beveruni as well. Both are great friends of Creek. And Simoon is the developer of this game. So it's just this, it's friends of friends of friends. I don't know what to say, but we got a lot of friends making games. And this is rockets versus vehicles. And it is a ton of fun. So how this game works is it's match based and it is last player standing. And so players get randomly selected as the Rocketeers or Rocketers or rocket launchers, whatever you want to call them. Basically players defending. And then you've got cars which are trying to launch off of ramps and kill the players. And so the players with the rocket launchers are trying to blow up the cars and the cars are trying to run over the rocket launcher people. And whoever wins, wins. I mean, that's just pretty much the game in summary. I really like being the player that shoots rockets because cars are kind of hard to control. I didn't really like the controls of the cars so much. I hope they, improve them. I felt like the car just kept flipping over and over and over. I would almost rather have like a launcher, like the ability to launch off of the ramp and aim or something, kind of like the Jenga games. I even made a game like that, but I think it's just a skill issue. Honestly, I don't think I have the skill to, keep this vehicle straight, and I don't know, skill issue 100%, but I can definitely blow up cars. I was doing that constantly. So that's my forte, man. I like rocket launchers. So yeah, definitely check out Rockets versus Vehicles. It's a ton of fun. The next game we have is called Crown Wars. This is a Bed Wars style game. It's been in development for some time now, and then they held it back for a little bit, and then they brought it back out. And so I did have to invite my community to jump in and get a little bit of footage for you because there's not enough players in here. So hopefully they're going to start working on some marketing for the game. But it's a Bed Wars style game, but it's not always about Bed Wars. They got a couple different game modes in there. It's another variant of Bed Wars. What can I say? I mean, they don't really have kits. They have it's more about getting a custom loadout. So if you can get a crossbow for your loadout. So it's kind of an interesting game. It's a little different. Nice to have some variety in here. There's definitely room for them to improve on a lot of areas, but it is a brand new game. It looks good. And if you've just been looking for something different to play and you like Bed Wars, maybe check it out. Next up, we have a randomizer game called Cracked Combat. This one was recommended by my friend Wadi at Roblox Underrated Games, and this one is pretty interesting. So it's pretty much a wacky ragdoll style randomizer game. Each time you spawn, you randomly get different weapons, and they all do kind of weird things. I don't know what any of them do. Don't ask me what they do. I have no idea. It's just wacky, chaotic combat. That's all I can say. It's just kind of chaotic. It's a spam fest. If you like spam fest style PvP games, this one's for you. Didn't feel like people were, being sweats, and you can just kind of spam and have fun. Now, last week I featured a game called Body Cam, and I saw your comments. DV, why did you leave out Hellmet? Okay, Hellmet, they opened it up and then they closed it, and opened it up and then they closed it. So, what can I say? I didn't include Hellmet last week because I didn't even know it was out yet. I mean, they just keep shutting it off. So, and then there were a bunch of scam ones where they would charge you access, but it wasn't the real one. And I got kind of scammed on that for 30 Robux or whatever. But yeah, so Hellmet is essentially another body cam game. And in my opinion, it's way harder than body cam. The game last week was much easier. This one's a lot more, I don't want to say hardcore, but it kind of is a little bit more rough. I mean, you have to know what you're doing. There's not much room for mistakes. I mean, my entire team kept dying. I was even dying in the tutorial, because I couldn't slowly open the door, and I kept triggering this, explosive. Even just trying to resume that was pain. So this game is pretty painful. It's very difficult, but it's beautiful. So if you want something that's just really unique and pretty, this game's great. You need to check out Hellmet. It's just different. I think it's one of the most polished body cam style games currently on Roblox. A lot of people are copying it, but this one's just gorgeous. It definitely feels more like a AAA, style game that belongs on Steam than in Roblox, which is kind of sad because I just love their UI. Look at this UI. This UI system is really cool. You navigate these files. It's almost like it's a Windows operating system. You got PDFs for your loadouts. It's just fun. So definitely check out Hellmet if you haven't already. Our next game is called Decloids. I'm assuming I'm saying that wrong, so I'm just going to continue with it, all right? Chaos over healing. So it's Decloids over healing, chaos, fun, beta, whatever. But this game is pretty cool. So it is a PvE style game based on waves, and it's really hard. If you like Dummies vs. Noobs style gameplay, where essentially it just gets harder and harder and harder, and these bosses are insanely difficult, this one's really fun. I've lost every single time, but I've enjoyed it. What can I say? So essentially this game is all about waves, and you need to defend your core. There's another game like this called Sentinels as well. If you haven't played that, it's a lot easier than this one, where it's just waves and waves of robots. This one, you got these other bots basically attacking your core and attacking you at the same time if you're trying to fight them. You've got a handgun or pistol as well as a sword. And of course, in between waves, you can upgrade your stuff. You can get turrets. You can buy like reinforcements, basically bots to help, defend. It is multiplayer, but it's not player versus player, which I really like. I don't know about you, but I'm just kind of tired of these battleground games, which is why I pretty much don't include any of them in the series anymore, because there's just too many of them. Like, everyone's just trying to come out with some kind of battleground with, abilities, and they're just kind of getting boring. So that's what I like about this game, though. It's PvE, and it's more about how far you can make it versus just how lucky can people get with third partying you. So definitely check this one out. I'll link it in the description. Now we're starting to get into the scary games, and yeah, these are kind of scary. I liked them, though. So the first one is called Taxi on Alert, and this was recommended by Roblox Underrated Games. Again, Waddy, thanks, dude, for recommending so many games. He's always given some great recommendations. And this one, it's like those, those supermarket style games where you have to survive, like those night shift style games. It's pretty much that, where you instead have to drive around the town and there's a murder on the loose, like some kind of creeper who's killing everyone, and you need to keep an eye out. And I'm not going to spoil it because it's just fun. Like, it's a really good game, pretty short too, so if you don't have a lot of time and you don't really want to get stuck in a game for like an hour, this one probably took about 10 minutes, and I'm sure you could go a little longer, but I kind of died, so that's all I'm gonna say. All right, so definitely check out Taxi on Alert. It's a lot of fun. And finally, the Butchery. This is a new horror game on Roblox, and it's pretty crazy. It's really well done, great cutscenes, great voice acting, great animations, great storytelling, and this pig thing that is like the killer. Dude, it's brutal and it's scary, and I'm like hiding in a closet just trying to survive because it's so scary. It starts really slow, which I really like. Like, you can kind of wander around and complete puzzles, and then it gets a little bit harder, and I didn't really make it. I have to say I kind of rage quit because or not really rage quit, but I kind of just like left because I didn't know what to do, and so I need like a pro to help me out. But definitely check this game out. You can play solo or you can play with others. I kind of went solo, which was a big mistake in my opinion. I think I should have brought some friends to help me out from this stupid pig. But really cool cutscenes. I'm gonna play the intro. It's pretty well done. I'll leave you with this one, but thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next vid. Peace.
Will you tell her, wish her well in finding her husband, why don't you, Ruby? Up next is some smooth jazz. Stay tuned.
This meat's so tough. What did you feed it?
Those hitchhikers from last week.
Well, looky here! Finally awake! I was beginning to think you were dead!